10 subtle signs your cat is dying. And almost everyone misses them. As cat owners, we share an incredible bond with our feline friends. They become part of our family, bringing joy, comfort, and companionship into our lives. But unlike humans, cats can't tell us when something is wrong. They can't explain their pain or discomfort in words. Instead, they communicate through their behavior, and sadly, many of these important signals go unnoticed. Cats are masters at hiding their pain and illness. This comes from their wild instincts. In nature, showing weakness could make them vulnerable to predators. Even our beloved house cats carry this same instinct. They often suffer in silence, making it incredibly difficult for us to know when they need help the most. Today, we're going to talk about something that's never easy to discuss: the subtle signs that your cat may be dying. These are warning signals that many pet owners miss because they seem so ordinary or minor. By the end of this video, you'll know what to watch for, and more importantly, you'll understand when it's time to seek immediate veterinary care. Remember, recognizing these signs early can sometimes mean the difference between life and death for your furry friend. So let's dive in and learn how to be the best advocate for our cats when they need us most. Sign number 1: changes in breathing patterns. One of the most important but often overlooked signs is a change in your cat's breathing. Normal cat breathing should be quiet and effortless. You might not even notice it when your cat is resting peacefully. But when cats are dying or seriously ill, their breathing patterns change in several ways. They might start breathing much faster than normal, even when they're resting. You might notice their chest moving rapidly up and down. On the other hand, some cats develop very slow, labored breathing. Another red flag is when you can actually hear your cat breathing. Healthy cats breathe silently. If you hear wheezing, rattling sounds, or any kind of noise when your cat breathes, this is a serious concern. Some cats also start breathing with their mouth open, especially when they're not hot or stressed. Cats rarely pant like dogs do, so open-mouth breathing is almost always a sign that something is very wrong. Pay attention to your cat's breathing when they're sleeping or resting quietly. If you notice any of these changes, don't wait. Contact your veterinarian immediately. Breathing problems can escalate quickly in cats. Sign number 2: dramatic changes in eating and drinking habits. We all know cats can be picky eaters, but sudden dramatic changes in eating or drinking habits are major warning signs that many owners miss. When cats are dying, they often stop eating entirely. This isn't just being finicky about food, it's a complete loss of interest in eating. They might approach their food bowl, sniff it, and walk away without taking a single bite. Some cats will sit near their food, but won't actually eat it. But here's what's tricky. The opposite can also be true. Some dying cats suddenly develop an enormous appetite and seem to eat constantly, yet they still lose weight rapidly. This might seem like a good thing, but it's actually a warning sign of serious metabolic problems. Changes in drinking habits are equally important. Some cats stop drinking water entirely, which leads to dangerous dehydration very quickly. Others start drinking excessive amounts of water, much more than usual. You might notice the water bowl needs refilling much more often, or you might find your cat drinking from unusual places, like faucets, toilet bowls, or puddles outside. Weight loss often accompanies these eating changes, but it can be gradual and hard to notice day by day. Run your hands along your cat's sides and spine. If you can feel their ribs, hip bones, or spine much more easily than before, this could indicate significant weight loss. Sign number 3: extreme lethargy and weakness. All cats love to sleep. They typically sleep 12 to 16 hours a day. But there's a big difference between normal cat sleeping and the extreme lethargy that comes with serious illness. When cats are dying, they often become extremely weak and tired. They might sleep 20 or more hours a day, and when they are awake, they seem completely exhausted. You might notice your cat lying in the same spot for hours without moving, even to use the litter box or eat. This isn't just about sleeping more, it's about a complete lack of energy for normal activities. Your once playful cat might not respond to their favorite toys. They might not come when called, even for treats they usually love. Simple activities like walking to their food bowl or jumping onto furniture become difficult or impossible. Some cats become so weak that they can't hold their head up properly. You might find them resting with their head hanging down or pressed against a wall or furniture for support. Pay attention to how your cat moves when they do get up. Do they seem unsteady on their feet? Are they walking very slowly or having trouble with balance? These can all be signs that your cat's body is shutting down. Sign number 4. Seeking isolation or hiding behavior. This is one of the most heartbreaking signs, and it's deeply rooted in cat instincts. When cats feel vulnerable or are dying, they often seek out quiet, isolated places to be alone. You might find your normally social cat hiding under beds, in closets, behind furniture, or in other secluded spots. They might choose places they've never hidden before, like inside cabinets, behind appliances, or in dark corners. Some cats go even further and try to leave the house entirely. Indoor cats might suddenly show interest in going outside, or they might try to escape when doors are opened. This behavior comes from their instinct to find a safe, private place during their final moments. Other cats do the opposite. They become extremely clingy and want to be near their owners constantly. They might follow you from room to room or want to lie on you all the time, even if they weren't particularly affectionate before. Both behaviors, hiding and excessive clinginess, can be signs that your cat senses something is seriously wrong and is seeking comfort in their own way. Sign number 5. Changes in vocalization patterns. Cats communicate through meowing, purring, and other sounds, and changes in these vocal patterns can be important warning signs. Some dying cats become completely silent. Cats who used to meow for attention, food, or just to talk suddenly stop making any sounds at all. This silence can be eerie and is often a sign that your cat is conserving energy or is too weak to vocalize normally. On the other end, some cats start vocalizing much more than usual. They might meow constantly, sometimes with a different tone than normal. The meowing might sound more urgent, distressed, or different in pitch. Some cats develop a weak, raspy meow that sounds nothing like their normal voice. You might also notice changes in purring. Some cats stop purring entirely, even when being petted. Others purr constantly, even when they seem to be in distress. Interestingly, cats sometimes purr when they're in pain or dying. It's thought to be a self-soothing mechanism. Listen for any unusual sounds, too. Some cats make grinding noises with their teeth, which can indicate pain. Others might make groaning or sighing sounds, especially when lying down or getting up. Sign number 6. Loss of grooming habits and hygiene. Cats are naturally clean animals who spend a significant portion of their waking hours grooming themselves. When a cat stops grooming, it's often a clear sign that something is seriously wrong. You might notice your cat's fur looking unkempt, matted, or dirty. Their usually pristine coat might appear dull, greasy, or have an unusual odor. Areas they can't easily reach, like their back or behind their ears, might be particularly neglected. Some cats completely stop grooming themselves, while others make weak attempts but can't complete the job. You might see them start to lick their fur, but stop after just a few licks, as if they don't have the energy to continue. Changes in bathroom habits are also crucial warning signs. Cats might stop using their litter box entirely, having accidents around the house instead. This isn't behavioral. They're often too weak to make it to the litter box, or they might be experiencing pain that makes the normal squatting position difficult. Some cats develop urinary or bowel incontinence, meaning they can't control when they urinate or defecate. You might find wet spots where your cat has been lying, or notice that they seem unaware they've had an accident. The smell of your cat can also change. Dying cats sometimes develop a distinctive odor that's different from normal cat smells. This might be due to changes in their body chemistry or because they can't maintain their normal hygiene. Sign number 7. Temperature regulation problems. Cats' normal body temperature is slightly higher than humans, usually between 100.5 and 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. When cats are dying, their body's ability to regulate temperature often breaks down. You might notice your cat seeking out warm places more than usual. They might lie directly on heating vents, under lamps, or in sunny spots for much longer periods than normal. Some cats become almost obsessed with finding warm places and seem unable to get comfortable. On the other hand, some cats can't seem to cool down. They might pant excessively, seek out cool tile floors, or seem restless and uncomfortable even in normal temperatures. Check your cat's extremities, their ears, paws, and nose. In dying cats, these areas often become noticeably cooler than normal as circulation decreases. The paw pads might feel cold to the touch, or the ears might lack their usual warmth. Some cats also develop shivering or trembling, even when the room temperature is comfortable. This can be a sign that their body is struggling to maintain normal temperature. Sign number 8. Behavioral changes and confusion. Mental changes in dying cats can be subtle but significant. These changes often happen gradually, making them easy to miss until they become severe. You might notice your cat seeming confused or disoriented. They might walk into walls, get stuck in corners, or seem lost in familiar spaces. Some cats forget where their litter box or food bowls are located, even in homes they've lived in for years. Sleep patterns often change dramatically. Instead of the normal cat sleep cycle, dying cats might sleep at unusual times or seem unable to settle into normal sleep. They might appear restless, getting up and lying down repeatedly, as if they can't get comfortable. Some cats develop what appears to be anxiety or agitation. They might pace back and forth even when they're clearly tired. Others become unusually aggressive or irritable, snapping at family members who try to help them. Memory problems can also develop. Your cat might not respond to their name, forget learned behaviors, or seem not to recognize familiar people or pets in the household. Sign number 9. Physical appearance changes. As cats approach death, their physical appearance often changes in ways that can be alarming to observe. The eyes are often one of the first places you'll notice changes. Dying cats' eyes might appear dull or cloudy instead of bright and alert. The third eyelid, a thin membrane that's normally hidden, might become visible, partially covering the eye. Some cats develop a vacant, unfocused stare, as if they're looking through rather than at things. The mouth and gums can also provide important clues. Healthy cats have pink gums, but dying cats often develop pale, white, or even blue-tinged gums. Their tongue might also appear pale or have an unusual color. You might notice changes in your cat's posture. 2. Some cats adopt unusual positions, like sitting hunched over with their head hanging down. Others might lie in positions they normally wouldn't choose, seeming unable to get comfortable in their usual spots. Muscle tone often decreases significantly. Your cat might feel limp or floppy when you pick them up, very different from their normal body tension. Their movements become uncoordinated, and they might stumble or have difficulty with balance. Sign number 10. Dramatic personality changes. Perhaps one of the most heartbreaking signs is when your cat's personality seems to change completely. This can be especially difficult because it feels like you're losing your companion even before they're physically gone. Friendly, social cats might become withdrawn and want nothing to do with family members. They might hide from people they once loved and avoid all interaction. Conversely, cats who were always independent might suddenly become extremely needy, wanting constant attention and reassurance. Some cats become unusually aggressive, hissing or swatting at people who try to help them. This isn't because they don't love you anymore, it's often because they're in pain or feeling vulnerable and scared. Other cats seem to lose interest in everything that once brought them joy. Favorite toys are ignored, special treats are refused, and activities they once loved no longer hold any appeal. You might also notice that your cat stops responding appropriately to situations. They might not come when called, even for things that would normally get their immediate attention. What to do if you notice these signs? If you recognize several of these signs in your cat, it's crucial to act quickly. Don't wait to see if things improve on their own. Cats can decline rapidly, and early intervention can sometimes make a significant difference. Contact your veterinarian immediately, even if it's after hours. Many veterinary clinics have emergency numbers or can direct you to emergency animal hospitals. Describe the symptoms you've observed and how long they've been present. While waiting for your appointment, keep your cat comfortable and quiet. Provide easy access to food, water, and a litter box. Don't force interaction if your cat wants to be alone, but stay nearby so you can monitor their condition. Document what you've observed, when the symptoms started, how they've progressed, and any patterns you've noticed. This information will be invaluable to your veterinarian. Recognizing these subtle signs isn't about giving up hope. It's about being the best possible advocate for your feline friend. Sometimes early recognition of these symptoms can lead to treatment that improves your cat's quality of life or even saves their life. Other times, recognizing these signs helps you make informed decisions about your cat's care and ensures they don't suffer unnecessarily. Either way, being aware of these warning signs means you can provide your cat with the love, comfort, and medical attention they deserve. Remember, you know your cat better than anyone else. Trust your instincts. If something seems wrong, it probably is. Don't hesitate to seek professional help when you notice changes in your cat's behavior or health. Our cats give us so much love and companionship throughout their lives. Being able to recognize when they need our help the most is one of the most important gifts we can give them in return. Stay observant, stay caring, and never hesitate to advocate for your feline friend's health and well-being.